Well, the interesting market conditions continue. This week is filled with earnings and FOMC on Wednesday, and so we are experiencing some weird price action and market conditions. Let's go ahead and go over how I traded this morning session, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy the stream recap. Hope you're having a good day so far. First things first, again, big week. We talked about this yesterday, but it is a big week. After the close today, we got Alphabet, Microsoft, both reporting earnings, Visa. It'll be interesting to see what happens with those after the earnings. From a market perspective on the daily charts, still kind of pulling back into the top of the range here. I would not really be shocked to see us go trade 12,200, 180 to 200, I should say, around this wick right here. Be curious to see what happens there. Markets are opening up a little red. We are 0.69% down on the day on the Nas as of right now, opening up below value area low from yesterday. We got overnight lows, we're just barely ticked, and we got overnight highs up here at 330. So if we can get back above yesterday's value area high, or value area low, excuse me, at 300, we get back above the red line, and then we probably go back up and test 330, I would think. Or the alternative is that we dump all day, right? If we get nice and heavy and we stay heavy, then we'll look for what I would deem probably is more of a slow grind to the downside, but I don't know. Decent upside wicks here. I would like a push into VWAP at like 270 so I can take a short potentially. Yes, trying to get fed over here at 46.5. I'm kind of tempted to long volume here. Delta's holding up. I'm gonna take the stab long. Bouncing off volume at 35. Delta holding up. Looking for the continued push. If and when we do get VWAP, I will probably realistically flip short, which I don't do a ton, but depending on how we react to VWAP. A little push. Delta's still pushing nicely as well. Trying to roll over. ES got the quick VWAP test at value area high as well. Delta's still trying to hold up, it seems. I'm losing my patience in this trade, though. Like, this looks like it wants to pop, but not doing it yet. Back down into volume. Got 260 block at 46.75 and a 200 block at 49.75. Rejecting value area high and VWAP. We do have some buyers coming through on Delta on the Nas. It's just like, I'm killing this trade. It's just not there, man. I'm down $100. I took my stab. I took 5 points of losing there. $100 on the Nas. I'm not gonna complain about $100. It's just annoying. Matt, how much do you believe in fundamentals play a factor in trading the markets? There is something to be said about news, etc. However, there's also something to be said about the fact that we're intraday, right? We are trading for the next 5 minutes. We're looking for the next 5 minutes of movement, the next 2 minutes of movement, whatever it is, right? And so we were like, you see all this crazy movement. You're going to call it fundamentals? Maybe. But like fundamentals could be just bad or just good, but the price action will show both good and bad. You know what I mean? Let me look after we're like really close to the areas that I was starting to talk about. So I want to see kind of what happens here. As we approach the 80s. I am going to take one stab long here. ES floated the lows. NAS floated the lows in the 80s on the daily level. About to get filled out. I'm taking that trade off. I like the trade. It just everything feels a little whippy. We might see a nice pushback up into volume on the ES. I don't know. Maybe a pushback into volume on the NAS. I don't know. I need to just lock in cash. That's more of a scalpy style trade. I'm not trying to hold that all day. And I'm happy I took that trade off as of right now. Although we are seeing a little delta divergence here. Might be given an opportunity to get long again. You can see kind of here on the push to the downside, we're not really seeing any sellers here as we approach the 80s again. I want to see us push a new low here. I want to see us break 86 with Delta holding up. I'm going to go take the stab long. And now we're starting to see a little bit of sellers come through as we sweep the lows, which is fine. I was just talking about sweeping the lows. I do want to see that play out. But I do want to see it bounce here. We're close to here. See what Delta's doing real quick. Yeah, it held up pretty good. That's a good Delta divergence, holding up. We've made new lows on the Nas without Delta making a new low. I like that setup, and that's one that I want to take pretty much every time I see it. I want to see us push into volume at this point. I'm off of that type of setup, but finger will be on the trigger. just in case we get the quick rip. Finger will be on the trigger to exit. Got 30 minutes of straight downward movement as of right now, down to about 10 points on this trade. ES just ticked a new low, baby. New baby low. Down about 15 points. And we do have the sellers coming back through. This is where it gets tough because we're like we're all over this daily level. And daily levels, I think you typically kind of gotta give a little bit more wiggle room. Not seeing a ton of buyers here. Oh, now we got tweezers on the top and the bottom. How about that? I feel like we don't really see that super often. I wonder how that repairs itself. Delta's kind of slowing down here on the Nas, which I don't love. I'm killing this trade. I'm spooked by this double bottom. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it a scratch morning session here, guys.